All right, all right, all right. Yeah, we're not gonna I ain't gonna beat y'all up with no more heat songs today. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot to get into, so we're gonna get right into it. Welcome to another edition. Fat Boy Slim, the Small Town Clown. I just came up with a title off the top of my head. So fuck it. We're gonna roll with it. Listen, before we get to the NBA news, the playoffs, we got Eastern Conference. Wait, no. Western Conference finals kicking off tonight, followed by the Eastern Conference tomorrow. We got to talk Ja Morant, man. We got to talk Ja Morant. If you've been living under a rock, Ja Morant, who got in trouble for flashing a gun at a strip club a few months back, gets caught flashing the gun on another Instagram live. And obviously, he's in hot water for that. Big news on that. Man, let me just get your take on it first, Ty, because I think I'm gonna go. I kind of know what you probably gonna say on that, but I got some things because of a conversation with my son, and I'm gonna take it in a different direction. So go ahead, man. Just give him your thoughts real quick. Ja Morant.
Good evening, world. First off, must give, despite of what I'm about to say, um, I must give my pleasantries to everyone who decided to join the podcast. Whether you are live or you're gonna hear this later on, but for me, in this Ja Morant experience, and knowing what I know, I'm most disappointed in not Ja Morant. I'm more disappointed in T. Morant, who is Ja Morant's father.
Yes, sir.
And before we take this any further, before anybody has what they have to say, we still have to keep in context that Ja Morant is only 20, 23 years of age.
Yeah.
23.
Yeah.
Which is roughly the equivalent of, if you did it the right way, a black male graduating from college.
A little late, but yeah. Hey, I was in one of
5
them.
years.
I was one of them little late ones too. I was at 23 when I
5 years.
within
4
5.
years. If you do it in 4, just as
4.5.
the curriculum says, you are one hell of an individual. But it usually don't work that way. Might change majors, whatever. But again, Ja Morant is 23 years of age.
Yep.
Grown man. Without a shadow, you're a grown man. But I just remember at 23 years of age, how much I respected my parents' word or my parents' delivery or their opinion.
Yeah.
The thought of not wanting to disappoint.
Yeah.
The taking, like I said, if you do it the right way, and I'm just saying the equivalent of graduating college, because there are few men at the age of 23 that have a guaranteed contract of almost $200 million. And
that's just the NBA contract.
And it's fully guaranteed as long as you don't become what he's become.
Yeah.
And what I don't understand and I get it at this point. At this point, I'm at the point right now of equating Ja Morant to just an absolute fool. Like, he's just an absolute fucking fool. And to know his story, to know what it is, and to judge by what we've seen. Because everybody judges. That's what we're doing now. We brought his name up, so we're judging him. Yeah. So based upon what I've seen, the antics of his father, got his drink beside courtside, want to be seen. He's got into it with other celebrities, and it's just moving a little too fast for the whole family. That lifestyle, to me, in my opinion, just watching this kid self-destruct when he has the ability to He has the ability to leave this thing with over $500 million.
I mean, the blueprint's been laid for $1 billion because we got a blueprint now for how to
Yes.
become a billionaire in this. So yeah,
And
continue.
he's already blown that. Let's just be real. He's already blown the chance to become because of who controls the market. They've already suspended him. You know, of course, it's the off season, but they've already suspended him from team activities.
Yeah.
Like you can't even come to the facility.
Yep.
I pray this isn't the beginning of self-destruction for John Morant. But he has to change. He has to do it.
Yeah.
Obviously, his father can't do it. And his father, if I'm reading what I'm remembering what I've once read, his father lives right beside him in Memphis. They have next door. I believe you can look that up. I believe
Okay.
I read that him and his father,
They
his
right by each
family,
other.
they
Yeah.
live beside each other.
Yeah.
So T. Morant, you know what kind of boys those boys were back when y'all were in South Carolina, because y'all not from a real big place. You
Yeah.
all are from kind of like small town, maybe what I call maybe like a mid-major small town in South Carolina.
Okay.
It's small. There ain't a lot of people in South Carolina, including every goddamn body. So y'all from South Carolina.
They got traffic lights.
So you know what type of kids those kids have turned out to be. This is not AAU basketball no more, because the kid that it's been reported that the kid that that held the camera to the picture that we're seeing is one of Ja's ex AAU teammates.
Yeah, yeah. And they're also saying that's the guy that got in trouble in Indiana and got into it with their staff and pointed the red laser. They're saying that's the same guy.
T. Morant.
He got to go.
It's time for you to send him back to South Carolina.
Yeah.
There's enough money if y'all want to, have that conglomerate where you take care of them or whatever, make sure they're straight. Y'all have enough money to do that. But he can't. Well, he's already been banned from Grizzlies home games.
Yep.
He's been banned from Grizzlies home games.
Yep.
So at this point, why is this kid in Memphis, Tennessee?
Yeah. And to be fair, this kid, that's the same guy. Once Ja flashed the gun, he did turn the phone down. So maybe he got a little more sense than Ja. But here's the thing: his influence and the energy that he brings around Ja is clearly not positive. And this is where I wanted to pick up on it, because, and if any fathers are watching this, I use this as an opportunity for a teaching moment for my son. And this is why. You bring up that kid, and that's a great point, because my son is at that age. He's 13, starting to smell himself a little bit. He wants to be cool. He wants all the in crowd to be down with him. He want to be cool. So we get the calls from the deans and his teacher and all of that. And what I told him was, I say, you see, what you and Ja have in common here is both of y'all want to impress people that don't fucking matter. And you get in trouble because you don't realize that they gonna be your friends anyway. You know what I'm saying? If John Morant want to go to the damn library every day and read Shakespeare, guess what them motherfuckers gonna do? They're gonna go to the library with John. If John want to sit home and read comic books and play video games all day, that's what they gonna do. You got talent, you good at this trumpet, you good at this ball. People want to be around you anyway. You set the tone. You ain't got to come down to their level. You letting that peer pressure affect you to where you think you got to act a fool to get these people to like you. And that's not what it's about. So when I see Ja after the second incident with the gun, when I see Ja after this other incidents that they reported, because they said he went to the mall and got up in somebody's face because his mama did. Yeah, there's been about 6-7 incidents with this thing. So it's not just, it's a peer thing to where he feels like he got to act out in order to make them feel good and feel comfortable. And the truth is, when you got the money job, when you got the talent, when everything circles around you, you could do whatever you want. They're going to be right there. So, yeah, I use this as a teaching moment. I sat right after this news broke. Me and my son went to the store and I said, it's not just the gun. The gun, that's a different situation. We can set that to the side. The gun is a symptom and it's a tool for how he wants to make these people that he want to feel like he's still down. Y'all still my boys. I ain't forgot where all that BS to try to be something that he's not. And this is the trouble that is leading him down. Go ahead.
I'm not a psychologist.
Let's see.
Yeah,
it looked like it, Mona. I don't know.
But I don't think Ja Morant think he's really that cool.
Yeah. Yeah. He's not secure in himself.
He's not secure in him. This is a clear case.
That's exactly
a clear case of where money and fame still ain't enough.
No.
You got all the money in the world.
Money doesn't hide things, it only exposes it. So that's a
great. And you, number one, you afraid. And again, he's a young kid. He's 23.
Yeah.
This is where I keep saying I'm so disappointed in T. Morant. Because you've been there from day one. How in the fuck is it that your son, that you stay right beside in Memphis, that you at the home games, with your Hennessy cup and your shades looking cool? How the fuck is it your son acting out when he got all this shit to lose? Nigga, are you mentally retarded?
You said it right there. His dad probably, that's where it come from. This want to be cool. Everybody got to know I'm the man. You hit the nail right on the head. And so it's not just a job thing. T need to go sit down somewhere too. T need to change.
I am disappointed in T. Morant. This is your son.
But T.Y., we all know a T. Morant. We all know that there's a dude in his late 30s or 40s that still ain't quite got it. And he's raising a son. That's the only thing. Because I think what he had him was like 17, 18.
I was about to say this is a clear case of young people having children way too early. It backs the typewriter up. Like I said, I'm not a psychologist. I can sit down with a panel of psychologists and we can analyze the situation, but I'm not a clinical or licensed psychologist. But this goes back to from the moment his mother conceived.
The mama might not be shit either, T.Y., because you brought up that situation with the mall. Why are you calling your son to come down here to do something? Why are you calling your son over argue? I can see if somebody put hands on you. Difference, totally different. But you saying that you was disrespecting, you calling your son, knowing your son ain't got good sense to come down here and act the fool. Like, what are we doing here? What's this? This the mom from Friday. You remember the mama from Smokey Mama from Friday?
But bro, this is not a funny situation.
But I'm laughing, but I'm just saying,
listen to the ramifications that it's caused already. Now we know that Memphis was the 2 seed in the West.
Yeah.
And it's widely considered that the West was better than the East this year.
Yeah.
Widely considered that Ja Morant is the best player on the Memphis Grizzlies.
Of course. Easy.
And in the history of the NBA, if you're the number 2 seed in the toughest conference, that's considered the toughest conference, and you're the best player on the T seed, guess what usually happens to you? You're all NBA.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Now, for him missing the all NBA selection team this year because of
his incident.
Because of his incident, he can't be a supermax. He can't get the supermax money,
which was $40 million. So he's already lost a guaranteed $40 million. And what they're saying is Stephen A. was saying that because he had like an inside source. He read a text message from a NBA league source that said because they was lenient the first time,
they're going to be harsh this time.
They're going to send a message this time, and the minimum that they could have did the first time, they could have did 20 games the first time. It's going to be beyond that. So you're talking 30, probably maybe 30, 40 game suspension, which is his salary. What's his salary? About 35, 40 million right now?
We'll just say 35 million.
So 35 million on top of the 40 you just lost.
Stop. 70, no, stop again. Stop again. If I'm not mistaken, remember now, this is like let's say he makes 35 and he's suspended for 41, half of the season. His salary that year is gonna be 17, but he's still gonna get taxed in the same bracket as if he was making 35.
Well, it depends on how I know sometimes they break it down into bi-monthlies, but yeah, theoretically, yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna drop the hammer on him.
Just to do this, dog. Just to do this.
Yeah, you done lost $50+ million.
Just to. Oh my!
Now we ain't even talking about all the side advertisements that are gonna back away.
Yeah. Because they can't run the shoe now.
No,
they can't run that shoe.
No.
And they can't run it. They already pulled the ads. I'm not saying they canceled his contract, but I know they pulled the Powerade ads. So they have all the grounds they need to do all of that. And this is where, man, some of my people out here, most of the people I see and talking, they understand what the situation is. But some of y'all that want to enable and talk about Second Amendment and he didn't do nothing, all he did. Bruh, we ain't talking about a legal case. He's not going to be arrested. He's not going to jail. We're talking about just straight up money. And if you don't understand by now that these sports leagues are conscious of their image and they're conscious of, because the bottom line is they sell this product to rich, white middle people. America. And they don't want to see y'all acting the damn fool. It's in the contract. If there was anything that was being unjustly treated, you would have heard from the Players Association, and then Ja would have had grounds to sue. But he doesn't, because he's the collective bargaining agreement. They have morality and codes of conduct, policies and language in their contract. And what you're going to see is he's going to be suspended for conduct detrimental to the league, and he's not going to have a leg to stand on. So all this, well, he ain't do nothing, he ain't hurt nobody, Second Amendment, that's not the goddamn point.
I don't even want to like I've read people who've posted that same theory that you have about what he didn't do it and he didn't get arrested. My right. I'm like, look, man, you work for a private entity. Do you understand that there's a code of behavior that if them people say that you work for, say, you can't do that. We done already talked to you about that, and you go and do it again.
Thank you.
The NBA.
You went on national TV and admitted you was wrong. You did the little song and dance with Jalen Rose. You used Jalen Rose, by the way. Jalen Rose probably bad as hell. You used Jalen Rose, so you admitted you was wrong. So now don't come back and give me this crap about blah, 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 blah. And that's the other thing, too. You being young is now no longer an excuse because they explained to you. And listen, I've done some dumb stuff, too. But I ain't do the same dumb thing over and over again. And them people told you, look, all right now. They basically said, all right now, this your chance. 8 games, we cool. And you just had to go be that guy. You had to be that guy.
Yeah. So look, for all the new people to the NBA, all the people, the NBA social media, you're at the NBA now. This is the NBA. Yeah. There are several people that we can name that they said that's enough. If you think I'm lying, go back to when cocaine hit the NBA.
Oh yeah.
Do your research on when cocaine hit the NBA.
Oh yeah. They got them up out of there, boy.
Let me tell you something about them white folks. And we all nationalities are welcome here. Don't understand me when I say them white folks. I do not mean that in racial terms, but the league is owned by white folks. And the one thing that they would rather you be on drugs than you talking about guns. You can look at your neighborhood.
Ask
There's
Steven
people
Jackson.
in your neighborhood that been selling weed for 20 years in the same house, in the same neighborhood. But guess what? They ain't never got nothing on record talking about shooting a gun or anything aggravated. They just sell weed. And the police know they sell weed. And nobody messes with them because they don't mess with nobody.
Yeah.
They would rather drugs because it's a process for drugs. Yeah. It ain't no process for someone shooting a gun and possibly injuring or killing someone.
Yeah.
So if you new to the NBA and think this gun thing, it's your right to no. The NBA says to get our money, you can't do that.
And here's the thing: you can have all the guns you want, but you can't be up here bobbing and whip. It's the image. Everything is about image and what this thing looks like. Nobody's saying Ja can't have a house full of guns, because Lord knows everybody do. If you think these NBA players don't have guns everywhere in the house, they absolutely do. But give it to your homeboy to hold. You got security. There's all kinds of ways that you can feel protected if that's what this is about, and not you damage that shield. And that's what it's about. So yeah, listen. We about 20 minutes in. We're gonna get on some basketball.
Before we get to basketball, I'm gonna say one thing and I'm gonna end it here. Ja Morant, you can actually be on TV. You could be on social media, you big dummy. And this is what I tell your daddy, you big dummy. If he's so fascinated with guns, which he ain't, it's all an image. This is why I know it was an image for him, because I ain't seen one shoot yet where you and your boys out in the country target practicing.
Oh yeah.
If you want to shoot a gun.
Yeah.
Like if you fascinated with guns.
Yeah.
And
it's a way to do
it. You want to be accurate when you shoot. And you from the country. You from South Carolina.
Yeah. But this ain't about no
country. Go to the country and shoot your guns. Target practice. You can actually videotape yourself smiling, wilding. Target with your boy. Just target practice. But you can't do that now.
No, you can't do it
now. Can't do that now.
Because they don't mind you hunting. If you was out there shooting up some hogs or some deer or something like that, that's cool. But no, this ain't. It's
like you said, it's the image. You got your grill in and you're riding around in a car with a gun. All the money you lose, I don't feel sorry for you.
No, sir. Not
and you already at over 50 million that you've lost.
Yeah.
With potential to lose more.
Yeah.
I don't feel sorry.
Because then, even if it's fair or not, even if you come back and ball, they're not gonna put him back on no time soon. He's gonna earn all that stuff back.
No, he got to change. He got to totally change his image to get all that back, and he never will. You a black man, they'll never give you what you once was worth, or what they wanted to reward you with. They always can. You're at the mercy now of the NBA, and that's what you don't want to be. You don't want to be at the mercy of who employs you.
Yeah.
You're at them. They can do anything they want to do to you right now. What you gonna do?
Dwight Howard say, man, you come over here to Taiwan, we can play this Chinese ball together.
That's all you can do.
They strict as hell over there. So yeah, man. So all right,
let's talk basketball, man.
Yeah, let me get on your ass a little bit, because your ass was dead ass wrong last week, talking about Golden State was gonna come back and win in 7 games. Woo! Did you miss on that one, boy?
Yeah, I did. And here's the thing.
Told you, man.
Here's the thing with
that. We're gonna let that happen.
Here's the thing with that. No, the Lakers just played up, beat them. You know what I mean? Game 6. It was, but that lets you know how the bounce of the ball and just affect the way a whole series goes. And I go back to game 4 in LA. where down the stretch, if Golden State, the bounce would have went just one or two ways, they would have won game 4. And they would have game 4 down the stretch. Remember they
Oh,
blew out
okay.
in game 3?
When he turned the ball over?
Yes, they just a couple of more. If you watch the last 3 minutes of the game, like it was just like, oh my God, like the bounce went the Lakers' way. Instead of it being 2-2, it was 3-1.
Yeah.
I still thought Golden State could throttle up the ponies in game 6 to have like an outstanding shooting night, but they didn't. No one was really shooting well. So of course you live by the 3, you're gonna die by it. So they definitely died. And the Lakers, the Lakers played well. I give the Lakers credit. They played well. They played together and they were poised. Which is, a microcosm of LeBron. So I was wrong.
Best for last. He saved his best for last.
30. Yeah, I was wrong, man. He had his best game of the series in game 6, the closeout game.
The chess match was the game plan was great too, because even though they did miss a lot of shots, all them shots was contested and hard. Like Clay was horrible, but they was definitely on Clay's ass. It wasn't like he was just out there shooting by himself.
Yeah.
And Wiggins, I think Wiggins, after missing all that time, he kind of fell off, ran out of gas. And they pretty much ain't have much left. They ain't have.
When the rumor, I don't know if it was a rumor or actual injury, but they said I think Wiggins had a rib contusion or something.
And Brian went straight at that shit.
And when I heard that before, I was like, that's the one guy.
Brian started posting up real hard when he heard about that.
I was like, that's the one guy we can't lose, because he's the one guy that has, like, as great as Draymond is, even when he plays the 4, he's still undersized as a 4.
6'5", dude.
Kevon Looney, as great a playoffs as he had an outstanding rebound in playoffs.
He did.
He's still undersized at the center position. Like, if you put a real center beside him, you clearly see the difference.
Yeah, he ain't no 6. What they say? He's 6. He ain't 6'10".
No, he's like 6'9", bro. Like almost, I think he's like maybe 6'8", 3/4, 6'9", but he's definitely not 6'10".
Right,
no.
Right.
So they always was small, and Wiggins is the one guy that, as a small forward, he's a legitimately sized NBA small forward, and then he can play, the 4-man when they go small. So that was the one guy I was like, you can't lose him, because we ain't got nobody that's remotely able to do what he's able to do. So once I wasn't feeling the best when I heard that injury report, and the Lakers, like you said, LeBron was absolutely fabulous. I think he was 39-9 or something like that.
On 10 for 14 shooting.
Yeah, wildly efficient, man. He was, but as a fan of the game, I prefer to see that out of LeBron. I feel like LeBron should be efficient like that every night. He shoots far too many jump shots for me. For his size, his athleticism still at 38, he can just back you down and get what he wants.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see them against Denver, because, man, Denver is athletic. Denver can run. Denver got size. Now their bench, they really don't have much of a bench, but their bench is just there to. The key to their bench is Bruce Brown.
Not to lose it. They can't lose leads and get blown off the floor. But they got enough to do that.
Listen, if Bruce Brown is on the court and they're plus when he's on the court, the Lakers are in trouble. Because if they're plus with him on the court, that means he's doing a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
He defends, he gets steals, he hits the 3, he'll drive. He's an energy guy. He's like energy.
Yeah.
So he's going to be key for this series. Whoever can stay on the floor per schedule between AD and Joker is going to be a key for the series, because they're going to guard each other. It's gonna be a great series. I think it's gonna be a great series.
Man, if I'm the Lakers, I gotta really test that big Serbian's cardio, boy. I'm gonna test him all night. I'm talking about putting him in a pick and roll. The Lakers was doing this little play during the Memphis series where they was having AD come off of pin downs, I would do that to the Joker, just making sure that AD can attack him in space and not just have to post him up and wrestle with that big bear for all that. No, you got to get him moving side to side. And then when that ball, he got to be sprinting down the court. Joker got to be exhausted by the time you done with it. Because if you just let him be a bear and not have to catch his breath, that boy gonna cut you up. Because like you say, they got a lot of like nice pieces on the wing. They got Michael Porter Jr., KCP, Aaron Gordon, and that type of athleticism. If you're not controlling the tempo, that gonna wear Bron and them down, because I think they got the advantage as far as the athleticism with the wings. But if you can slow it down, control the tempo, and wear that big Serbian Joker down, they got a shot.
Well, this is what it boils down. I mean, okay, these are the facts going into the series. The Lakers aren't a superb outside shooting team. Denver is what I consider a streaky outside shooting team.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I've seen games where Porter hit his like first five.
Mm-hmm.
Porter get on early. I mean, like it's one of those games. It's one of those games where it's almost like you kind of know the Joker's gonna get his. Because in guarding him, AD, he's got so many moves in the post. And like you say, that's vitally important on the other end that you have him going side to side. If he's stationary where he can rest, you're doing him no favors.
Absolutely not.
So AD should be in the pick and roll all night. And another thing is, you can't, if it gets to be up and down, you're going to lose, LA, because you're in the elevation. You're going to tire out before they do. So pace of game is very important.
If they don't steal one of them first two, TY, it's over. If they go down 0-2, they got to get one of them first two up there.
If they get if
there ain't no way in hell the Lakers beat them in a game 7 up there to that point with the elevation. They got to get one of them first two, and then hopefully you close this in 6. Like pretty much the same thing that happened with Golden State. You got to win all games, and you got to get one of them first two games up in Denver.
I just think if and this is just, I really just think if the Lakers have to control the pace of the game, because in controlling the pace of the game, making it a half-court game, now what makes Aaron Gordon, he's not a scorer in the half-court.
Nope.
He's a scorer on fast breaks, getting up and down the court, rebound, putbacks. He can't, if you keep it half-court, you neutralize him. Yeah. If you keep it half-court, now it becomes all of those extra pieces don't get easy passes, because in the half court, they're going to go Joker and Jamal Murray pick and roll. Yeah. Or they're going to go, they're going to run their series that they run with Joker to get him the ball. So, and like I said, their guys off the bench, it's just all about pace. Because now there are going to be times where the Lakers can run, but the game plan should be few and far between.
Yeah. Turnovers and long rebounds. That's the only thing you're running on.
Yeah. And you got to limit Denver on get it, because Denver likes to get the rebound and the ball is past half court in 2 or 3 seconds. Yeah. They like to get up and go. Yeah. That means even Joker getting the ball off the rebound and bringing the ball up himself. They like to get the ball up and go. So transition defense is going to be vitally important for the Lakers, because like we said, they're not the best shooting team, and the advantages that they had last series playing a smaller team with no post presence, it's totally different this series. Even Jamal Murray likes to get in the post, and if he has a small, like there's going to be times when shooters guarding Jamal Murray. Yeah. Jamal Murray's probably going to try to back him down, and do his turnaround jumper over him, or they just have some offensively skilled weapons, and their weapons are very crafty 18 feet in. Jamal Murray, like I said, Aaron Gordon is effective. 10 feet in. And they have streaky shooting. Like I said, Porter can get hot, KCP can get hot, Murray can get hot. Yotes can shoot it from 3. Like they can really, if they get going, they're tough to deal with. And then, like I said, they're gonna be in the elevation, man. It's gonna be tough for the Lakers. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah. I mean, I see a path for the Lakers, but it is hard. They got to be perfect because the guys that we just talked about on Denver are known commodities. The Lakers, they always trying to find that who's going to be the best third guy, who's going to be that best third, then fourth guy sometimes. Because, sometimes D-Lo, sometimes they just got to sit D-Lo ass down. Other times D-Lo hot like fish grease.
Mm-hmm.
Austin Rivers has been a little bit, no, not Rivers, Reeves. I got to keep remembering. I was going to say Rivers. Austin Reeves has kind of been that guy, but he can go cold on your ass in a minute. And then after that, they search. Is it Lonnie? Is it Vando? Is it what's his name? Schroeder. So yeah, but with them guys on Denver, you already know what you're gonna get. So yeah, it's a tough call, man. What you call it?
I got Nuggets in 7, man. Yeah. I feel like I think it's gonna be so hard for the Lakers to win a game in the elevation. That I think it's and Denver, even though they're the number 1 seed, them on the road sometimes they don't. Man, they're one of those young teams that really, really feed off their home crowd, and sometimes on the road they don't execute.
And we forgot Uncle Jeff. Uncle Jeff still getting good minutes, dog.
Uncle Jeff gonna have a game in this series where he does between 10 to 14 points.
And they need it, like when they need it.
Yeah. And the extra thing about Uncle Jeff shooting a 3, Uncle Jeff will still dunk on your ass too.
And he gonna give you some good minutes on LeBron. See, they got a lot of bodies to throw at LeBron.
Yeah. They're gonna have
Gordon. I think Gordon's gonna start most of them. Then you got KCP. Then you got Uncle Jeff. Like, God damn, LeBron.
They got Porter. Remember, Porter's 6'10".
Yeah, I think they're gonna play him more. Well, yeah, you can put him on Bron too. Yeah. Ooh.
They got Gordon. They're gonna get minutes with Gordon, Porter. They're gonna have Uncle Jeff on some minutes. They got a lot of bodies. I mean, and they got the elevation. So if they get into this right here, it's gonna be a long night for LA, man. If you let Denver do this right here, it's gonna be a long night.
I'm not going against the King right now, bro. I'm not.
Hey, you got history with it, man. I understand.
I'm not betting against. I see it. My head says them Denver boys, but nah. Lakers in 6.
Okay. So they're gonna win one in the elevation.
They got to. Now, if they lose both of these games, they gotta win one of these first 2. If they lose both of these games, then I'm changing them up.
So if they lose the first 2 in Denver, there's no way they can win 4 out of 5, you're saying? Okay.
Got to steal one, man. You got to steal one. Got to steal one. And we kind of saw this with the Sixers and the Celtics thing. Like, you get to that home game 7 and you on the road, bro.
That's tough, boy. It's tough, boy. In the history of me watching the league, man.
Bron the only one. I think Bron's the last one to do it, and that was a fucking miracle.
Man, that shit is tough, boy.
You can't count on that. That was 7 years ago. Bron definitely, whatever it is, the injury, the age, probably both, but you can't count on that man to pull off these miracles. You can't count on that. So it's gotta be one of these first 2 games.
You say I would want to win one of these, game 1, game 2, or game 5 at on the road. I definitely wouldn't want to lose and get to game 7 and got to win game 7 on the road to take it. Nah. Philly just
they some hoes, man.
I'm
done with Embiid. I'm done with Harden. They some hoes. Got that man fired because they on some hoe shit. Period.
Well, as we all look, world. Let me just go ahead and put this on record. actor man Essex O'Brien officially wanted Philadelphia to win because he knew he had a matchup advantage over Embiid, Harden, Maxey, and all the rest of the guys.
Right.
He did not want to play Boston. And after watching what we saw Jason Tatum do from game 6, fourth quarter game 6, where he scored 16 points, to, I'm not even talking about the fourth quarter, but the first 3 quarters of game 7, the first 3 quarters of game 7, he scored 42 points. So in a 4-quarter span, that guy scored 58.
Bruh. And that's what I mean. Like that, don't get me wrong, spectacular performance. I mean, that boy caught fire. He had so much confidence going. But my thing was the game was still reasonably close in the third quarter. And them boys tapped out.
Yeah, and beat them quick. Y'all don't know what. Like
he was rolling. He was rolling, but like you ain't try to do nothing.
Yeah. When it got
calling every time out he had. And y'all, I'm looking at Embiid's eyes. I'm looking at his eyes. I'm looking at the way he's playing the whole time. I'm looking at James. I'm looking at the eyes. You can't tell me them boys ain't
wasn't there. It just wasn't there.
It wasn't there. It was like, well, it was better than next year. And to let Al, don't get me wrong, I respect Al Horford, but you got 4 inches and 30 pounds on him, and that man uniform clean as it was when he got out there in warm-ups. I can't respect you for that. I can't respect that. All this, man. If you don't get your big ass, you ain't gonna. I mean, an offensive foul or nothing. You ain't gonna try to get no dirt on your uniform, bro. Like I ain't never gonna respect that. They need to take that MVP and throw that shit in the trash. This was one of them Dirk. Dirk. Yeah, Dirk went out bad like that too. This is one of them Dirk Nowitzki MVPs where they gave it to you because they felt like it was your turn, and then you went out there and played like a little girl. I ain't never gonna respect you for that shit.
Well, don't you put Joel Embiid in the same tone as the same room as Dirk Nowitzki.
I'm talking about that 07 year. I'm not talking about his total career, but
I don't give a damn.
Don't act like 07, 08. Don't act like 07, 08. We weren't calling Dirk a little hoe until he got past us in 2011. Don't act like Dirk.
Joel Embiid is 7 foot, 280 pounds.
Yeah.
And every time down the court, he's shooting the jump shot. He letting Robert Williams and Al Horford off the hook.
Bruh, Al Horford blocked his turnaround. I saw that. I was like, oh, I'm done. Like remember, we talked about this last week. Remember when Al was holding him up? I think it was like game 3 or 4. They was in Philly, and PJ kind of got into him and all, got him going again. He did it to him again. See, how you let this man chump you 2-3 times in a season? I mean, a series. That's here. Come on, dog. Now, yeah, Dirk grew into this shit, but don't act like at one point in time we weren't checking his heart. Maybe,
That's even though, of course, we got to recognize what it is. It is a players' league. That's why I know you're not going to get rid of Embiid. That's why I think Doc Rivers had to go. Yeah. I don't think Doc Rivers' message is getting to Joel Embiid anymore. I think Joel
MVP, but he couldn't get you to really.
Doc Rivers done lost so many game 7s, like I posted on Facebook. I said, man, and I went with Phil. I'm like, man, they got the big man. But I also said, but Doc Rivers is their head coach. And just from shot selection that I'm watching them come down the court every time down the court, especially in the third quarter, I'm like, what the fuck are y'all doing?
They're still doing that pick and roll shit that Boston had adjusted to. And Joel's trying to do all this take off the dribble shit. He never really got anything in the low post.
Get in the low post.
But why I got to tell you that, Joel? You've been in the league, what, 8-9 years now? Somebody got to tell you to switch something up. I'm not taking Doc off the list. I'm not taking him off the hook. Yeah, you're right. He did, I understand. But damn, Joel, this your fucking legacy. It's your legacy, motherfucker. Get your ass down there and do something. Especially when the guy's 4 inches shorter than you and you got 30 pounds on him. I got to tell you that, because T.Y., here's the other thing. I got to tell you to go get rebounds. He only had 7 rebounds. I got to tell you to go do that. I got to draw up a play to get you a fucking rebound.
I just know if I had Joel Embiid's size, footwork, shooting ability, and skill.
Yeah, I ain't never gonna respect him.
Even though, look, listen. And people might, get at me for saying this, but listen, if you ever watched a Philadelphia 76ers basketball game and Joel Embiid is like on his shit that night, he is unstoppable.
Unstoppable.
He is like like the last person that, of course, I know that was unstoppable was Shaq. Where he was you couldn't do anything about. But with Joel Embiid, you can literally give him the ball on the block. And every time down the court, you cannot predict what he'll do to score. Like with Shaq, you knew it was going to be drop, step, jam. Sometimes he had a little hook, but most of that shit was drop, step, or swinging the elbow, getting around you, and slam. Most of it was just slam or land it in the hoop. With Joel Embiid could be 10 feet from the basket.
Yeah.
And score any possible way you can think of. Turnaround jumper. Just drop, step, and hooking.
Yeah.
Up and unders. Yeah. Fade away jump shot. Face up, shoot the bank shot, shoot the straight jumper. I mean, he can do it all.
Got it all, bro.
And the one thing that he doesn't have that I watch when I watch him play, I still don't see that dog that just want to be great. Like
which is what made Shaq.
Yeah.
Shaq ain't need no jumper.
Yeah.
He ain't need no turnaround. I'm gonna beat the hell out you today. Period.
Yeah, when Shaq was motivated, he was like
motivated. There you go.
Yeah. And I like with Jordan.
I tell my son sometimes, I'm like, man, if you ain't got it going and shit, fuck, draw me an offensive foul. I don't give a shit. Do something to show me that you engaged and that you give shit. If you ain't gonna try to blow through somebody, that's showing me you don't want it. And Joel don't do that. You 7'1", 280, and nobody felt that. You ain't feel it. You ain't gonna make them feel it. And you know you ain't got it going. The jumper ain't going. Do something. I don't care if I got to foul out. I'll give me 5 offensive fouls then, because I'm not going to just sit out here and patty cake with y'all ass all day. And that's what he did.
And for me, like I said, if I'm guarding Al Horford and Robert Williams, that means I have to do no defending in the post.
Yeah.
No. So without me having to defend no defense in the post, that means one of these 6 fouls that I have, I'm
gonna get it in your chest. It's coming right here.
One of these 6 fouls, James, we're gonna do pick and roll. You're gonna draw the guys. You're gonna do one of your passes where you just slap it right in the middle of the court. Their guy's gonna come over and rotate and take the charge, and he's gonna feel all
of it.
I want to fall on him because I'm gonna run right over him.
Knocking the shit out you, bro. All of it, bro. All of it. I don't understand, man. So
all of the pick and roll, not in the lane, not in where the free throw line is. I want you to give it to me right close to the 3-point line, so I have enough time to get a little more. I have enough time to take a step,
get steam going,
and get some steam going. And whoever done jumped in front of that rim to take the charge, Marcus Smart or Malcolm Brogdon or Derek White took a few charges this last series.
Mm-hmm.
Whichever one of y'all step in front of me, all of it.
They calling the timeout to pick your ass up. That's
yeah. You're gonna feel this, dog.
Yeah.
So and it's gonna be done. It's gonna be done in the most unflagrant way. They're gonna keep reviewing the tape because you're gonna be down on the ground, bro. And then they're just gonna say, "Well, damn, he just ran into it."
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try to put my knee in your nuts unintentionally, but intentionally. That type thing.
But yeah, man, I definitely wanted them old sorry ass dudes because I know that was gonna be a 5-6 game series. But these damn
Yeah,
Boston's, these damn
Joel Embiid, Joel Embiid never wanted it, so fuck Joel Embiid. It's time to talk Miami and Boston.
yeah, god damn. We shorthanded, man. We shorthanded. No
Oh, here you go
hero this
again.
year.
Here you
No
go again.
no PJ. That's what you get, PJ. Now your ass is home. You could have been with us, but you want to go hang out with your little boyfriend, James Harden. You could have been with them dogs in the conference finals. But anyway, I digress. We got a lot. We got a lot of work to do. We gonna have to be way more locked in. I need Kevin Love to find some of that Minnesota Kevin Love. Damn, we got Oladipo either. It's tough, man. It's tough. Cause they and they confident right now. Goddamn Celtics confident. They just beat the shit out of Philly and they hungry, dog. They hungry. It's gonna be tough, man.
So what are you saying? We ain't gonna let
You
you off
want
the
me
hook
to
by
say?
not making a prediction.
I mean, it wasn't my turn to make a prediction. It's your
Well,
turn.
it's your turn to make a prediction right now. Celtics or Heat?
You know what I'm gonna say. You know goddamn hell well what I'm gonna say. God damn it. 7 games. God damn it.
That's what I want to hear.
Playoff Jimmy gonna find a way. You already know. We playoff Jimmy and Eric Spoelstra, boy. Eric Spoelstra, Lord have mercy, please. We need you're gonna have to find a weakness. We're gonna have to find some pictures of somebody, old lady in a compromising position or something. Oh man, the boys. Oh, I don't want to see Boston in the finals. Don't nobody want to see Boston no more in the finals.
What makes you think they want to see Miami?
Shit, they should.
Why?
Cause we
You and your guys are the only ones that are infatuated with Jimmy Butler right now.
Jimmy and LeBron in a rematch, that would be must-see TV. Miami and LA, the beautiful cities that they are. Rabbit fan base.
Rabbit fan base? Don't say that about your Miami Heat. Y'all, anybody who has any knowledge about Miami sports, everybody a motherfucking fan when they winning.
Hey, wait. You couldn't just let me slide that shit in. You couldn't let me slide it
in. Look. I went to school with these Negroes. Now, Essence is certified Miami Heat fan. Like I said, he knows the rosters from the expansion days. But see, I also was a student at Florida A&M University when the Florida Panthers won the NHL Cup, and I had people Miami folks talking about the Florida Panthers, and I'm like, you ain't never went to no game.
Nah.
Don't do that.
I can't even tell you if they still in existence, bro. Are the Panthers still around?
Do that. I get you from Miami and just all of that, but no, don't do
that. Ain't into no damn hockey.
Ain't into no hockey. Like shit.
Let me tell you, these Haitians, these Heats, we about them Heat now. Nah, I mean, damn, dog.
Yeah, y'all love the Heat. Y'all love the Heat and the Dolphins. I'll give you that. And the Canes. Y'all love the Canes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be tough, man. I don't know. I'm not gonna quit. But I know
don't give me this deflating ass fight. You confident than a motherfucker.
I'm not saying I'm not confident. I'm saying, I wish I had the game plan like I did for New York and Milwaukee, where I can see it. I just know we're gonna have to have at least 3 40-point games from Jimmy and a coaching masterpiece from Spo. Because if you told me I can rely on this guy, that guy, I can't say none of that. I don't know who gonna step up with this one, boy.
That's what I love about this Miami team, bro. It's like every night it's like, who's gonna do it? And every night it's whether it's Kyle Lowry or whether it's Gabe Vincent, or whether it's Matt Strus, or
Or
whether it's
Bam.
Duncan Robinson, or whether it's fucking what's the Caleb Martin kid.
We ain't
He
even talking
made
about
some big
Bam.
plays.
I'm including Bam and the people I don't know. That's what they're gonna do.
Yeah, it's
Bam is gonna play a certain style, but I need 25 every night on this series. Period. Any other series, okay, you can give me that little 15 here, 18 there, 23. No, bruh, we need 25 every night, or we ain't got a shot. Because they got a lot of shit. They a loaded ass team.
no, they can score. They can score. Yeah,
It's
they
a
can
reason
score, man.
we're severe underdogs. Like, don't nobody think
I
we're
think
going
I think they say it was like 97% to 3%.
to no,
Yeah, nobody thinks you guys are gonna win this series. But like I said, man, with every passing minute of every game, if it stays close, if y'all get to the into the third quarter and y'all feel like y'all within striking distance, the Miami Heat have proved to me that if it is within striking distance, we're just going to be more mentally tough than you guys.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
They have proven that to me.
Absolutely.
And I mean, even with Boston goes through stretches where you like, what the fuck are y'all doing?
Yeah.
And
because really, when you look back at it, they shouldn't have went 7 with Philly. They
no,
shouldn't have went 7 with Philly. Right?
no.
Yeah.
And if I tell you what, we can agree to this, Miami is triply more mentally tough than Philly. Triple.
Easy.
So that's why I say
You're not getting 30. You're not getting up on about 30. That's not gonna happen. You might get up on about 10, 12. But
watch this Miami team. Hold on, I'm sorry. Screen went out. I'm telling you, man, I've watched this Miami team over these 2 playoff series, man, and I'm thoroughly impressed with just their mental toughness, bro. Like they have established, and when I say mentally tough, this is what I mean. Both series, excuse me for my camera, but both series, like I said, both series, they establish the way they want to play the game as opposed to the opponent.
Yes.
They establish how this game is going to be played. We're going to play it at this pace. We're going to make you do these things that we said we want you to do through scouting and pregame. We said this is what we want to do. Out of all of the teams, except for the Lakers, and they probably on the same level, I think even more so them than the Lakers, they made opponents play the way they said that they wanted them to play. The Milwaukee series was masterpiece. They had Milwaukee shook. Milwaukee didn't even know who they wanted to shoot the ball the last 4 minutes of the game of every game in that series.
Yep.
They were, and against New York, they had Jalen Randle, not Jalen Randle. They had Julius Randle
in a trick bag.
He don't even know what he wanted. What are you doing?
Frustrated,
you don't
bro.
know what the fuck you want. You so frustrated. They got you out your game so bad. So the key, maybe not so much Jason Tatum, but how can you affect Jaylen Brown?
Yeah. Because Jimmy can't guard but one at a time.
How can you affect Jaylen Brown?
And Jalen, he a dog.
Jalen is an absolute talent, but sometimes, he and even with Tatum, Tatum has had a good stretch, but this is going to be the toughest matchup that Boston is going to face because they are really, really in for a mental tough dog fight with Miami, bro. Yeah. Like Miami going to be ready to play.
Yeah.
And Miami's they made enough shots, bro, to where I Heat in 7, bro. That's I like Heat. I like Miami in 7 simply because I think Eric Spoelstra is a better coach than Boston's coach. I
Absolutely.
think
If Eric's supposed to ain't prove shit to y'all by now, I don't know what to tell you. It's
I
him and Ty Lue. I don't know. I don't even know if you can say Ty Lue no more. But yeah, Eric Spoelstra probably the best coach in the league.
you're gonna Miami. This is what's gonna be so great about Miami in this series. Miami, there's gonna be a game where they probably beat you guys by 25 or 30. They're gonna have one of them nights where all them threes, Marcus Smart three is gonna be dropping, Derek White three is gonna be dropping,
Oh, for
Malcolm Brogdon three is gonna be dropping, everybody gonna be dropping. Al Horford gonna drop threes in one, and all of them gonna drop in one game. How you repair? Because they're superior. Like we can both can say they're a superior offensive team to Miami.
yeah. I
They
mean,
just
we was bottom 5 of the league in 3-point shooting. So
So listen to me. It's gonna be one game, Miami, where it's just gonna happen. It might be
yeah,
tomorrow night. It might be the game one.
yeah.
But how you recover? I would want that to happen to any team. That couldn't happen to any team I would feel confident in the East, and that's including Milwaukee. That where you lose by 25 and you be ready to play the next game. That's what I believe in when I see Miami play. Like Miami is a really, really mentally tough team.
Absolutely.
And I don't know, man. I'm looking at the roster and I'm in my mind, I'm saying, hell no. But then when I'm watching Miami play and I've watched them play for the last 3 weeks. And I'm just like, man, these motherfuckers are just like, they are going to will themselves to win.
They
And
make you believe.
they're
They
going to
make you
will you
believe.
out of your way to win.
They make
Like
you
they
believe.
literally will
Oh, frozen a little bit. But yeah, we make you
got
believe.
up by 9 or 10 in the second or third quarter, and throughout the rest of the game, I had no worries about the New York Knicks coming back to win.
Never.
I think you said that last week.
Yeah. Yeah, you never our being up 10 felt like being up 20 to them.
Man,
Yeah.
it's a mind game. And
Yeah.
Boston is mentally tough. That's why I say it's gonna be a great series, man, because them baskets ain't gonna come easy against Miami. Miami gonna play D the best way they can. Like they believe in each other. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm not to say that Boston don't believe in themselves as well, but man, it's just great to see a team that
Yeah.
it's
I
great to
feel
see a
like
team.
I feel like all the games that are between 90 and 105, we win. Anything above 115, Boston wins.
Yep, yep. That's all pace,
Who got it
and
going? Who running there? Yeah.
pace. Jimmy controlling the pace. Um, but then there's gonna be a game. There's gonna be at least one game in this series where Miami gonna be hitting threes from everywhere.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Struz, Duncan Robinson gonna hit him. Caleb Martin gonna hit him. Jimmy Butler might hit the 1 or 2 he may take. Kevin Love get good for 3 or 4. It's gonna be a game where like the main thing for Miami, and we all know this, you must keep Tatum and Brown out of the lane.
Absolutely.
You just gotta. I know it's easy for me to be on this side of the screen talking this shit like it's easy to do because we know it's not. But you have to keep Brown and Tatum out of the lane.
Yes, sir.
If you don't, you have no shot at beating them.
Yep.
Because once they get going towards the basket, then it just seems like everything opens up for them. The jumper
Yep.
opens up, and then once it opens up for them, those two are really, really special on the wing scoring the basketball in this NBA. This NBA that we have now, they can really score the basketball.
Hey, they the best wing duo in the league for a couple years now, man.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, like just like we just saw, like we said earlier, Jason Tatum scored 58 points in 4 quarters. Don't think for one second that Jaylen Brown is not capable of doing the same thing. Maybe not at 58, but he can score 45 or 50 in a game.
Yep.
He can do that, and he can do it very efficiently. Like he can have, because he's so big that people don't realize how big that kid really is. He's a legitimate 6'8".
Yeah. Oh
And
yeah,
he's
yeah.
thick. Like
Yeah.
he's a big guy, you know what I mean? So, and a lot of times he lets defenders off the basket by shooting all those jumpers when he can literally dribble, drive, and get to where he wants to on the court. So,
Yep.
it's gonna be a tough series, man. I'm telling you, bro. It's gonna be a
Yeah, man.
tough series, bro.
Hey, get you something to drink, get you something to roll up, something to eat, bro. Enjoy it. Hey, I think we're about to find out the order of the draft in a little bit, so I ain't gonna hold you. Appreciate you as always.
Come on.
Hey, at Actor Man Essex, follow me on the Instagram. Like, follow, share, do all that good stuff, man. Appreciate you, brother.
Better know that.